Hey y'all, Terry Jones here. I just want to take a few minutes and share some of our family's absolute favorite Usborne products. As I was going around our house collecting our favorites, my pile just kept growing and growing, so I've narrowed it down to 10. So if you'll bear with me, I'll go through this kind of quick, but you can just watch the video again if you need any more information on any of these products. We have loved Usborne products in our home for many years. My boys are now 7.5, 6, and 4 years old. But when they were babies, we absolutely loved the That's Not My series. This particular one is That's Not My Bear, but there's also That's Not My Train, That's Not My Snowman. These books are just filled with texture, bright colors, short sentences. These are just perfect for budding readers who don't have a super long attention span, but they're great because they can touch and feel all throughout the book. We actually still have all of these books out, even though our boys are a little bit too old for them, but anyone that comes over that has little ones, they just absolutely love reading through these books. My youngest is a cuddle bug, and so he just loves to snuggle up. He'll bring me lots of books, and we'll just sit for a long time and read. And one of his favorites is How High is the Sky? This is another series from Usborne. They have a whole bunch of different questions. There's how big was the dinosaur? How deep is the sea? All these questions come from this little penguin who then goes on an adventure to find out the answers to his questions. And then in the back of each of the books, there is this super fun fold-out poster, and somehow ours always managed to make it back in the book, but just filled with tons of information about the topic that you are reading about. So the boys just love flipping through that and just learning about the sky or dinosaurs or whatever book we have. Another favorite for him is Lion's Speedy Sauce. Since my husband and I are both musical, we love that this is one of his favorite books. It's a catchy little story about a lion that directs a marching band with his bongos. And in the back, there's a CD that has an audio recording of the story, but then there are musical activities and then a karaoke song for your kids to sing along with as well. So that's a super fun book. My middle son loves art, and he's also loving learning to read. So for the art side of things, his absolute favorite book is 365 Things to Make and Do. This book is just jam-packed with all sorts of activities, from really super messy things to those kind of neater, mommy really can't handle a mess kind of activities, and everything in between. There are activities for different holidays, different seasons, as well as ones that are just good for any time of the year. One of my favorite parts is the spiral binding. That way it lays flat on the table and you're not fighting with paint on your hands and pages that are flipping. So they really put a lot of thought into it when they did that. There's also an index in the back to help you find some activities that you might be looking for if you're looking specifically for a Christmas tree activity or maybe something for Halloween or what have you. And then just throughout, there are great instructions. I am not an art person at all, and so having these great directions is super helpful. As I said, he's also loving learning to read and just working on those just the reading skills, reading fluently, comprehension. And so we love the Usborne phonics readers. I asked him his favorite, and he chose Big Pig on a Dig. And so these are all hardback books, and they're just great for helping to boost confidence. He's working really hard on reading it perfectly through. And then another fun thing about these books is on each page, there's a little yellow duck that's hiding. And so my youngest likes to snuggle up with us, and while Big Brother is reading, he likes to look for the little yellow ducks on each page. Then my oldest, he has really been enjoying the Hey Jack series. There are 12 books in this series, all sorts of topics, including new friends, robots, cousins, soccer, lots of different topics. And he's just a little bit past the recommended age for these books, but we started late with this series, so he's catching up and he really likes it. There's a little bit of action in each of the books, and he just really, really enjoys those. He also loves space, and so he was really excited when I got him the See Inside Space book. There are over 50 flaps in this book, and each one you can open up and just read a little bit more about people and planets and our solar system, all sorts of things. And in the back, there's actually a map, a book of maps of the stars. And so he likes to try to find things when it gets dark outside, and he'll take his book and go to the window and look for the stars outside. But Usborne has an entire See Inside series. There's See Inside Trains, See Inside the World, See Inside Castles, so many different topics for all different ages. So Lift the Flaps aren't just for little ones anymore, thanks to Usborne. Since we homeschool, we are always looking for awesome resources. Right now for history, we are studying ancient history, and Usborne's Encyclopedia of World History has been a fantastic addition to our history reading and activities. We are using Story of the World from Peace Hill Press, and they actually recommended this particular book. But even when we're done with our formal school time in the morning, they will still sit and just flip through this book and ask questions and read more about what we studied in the morning. So it's really neat to watch them enjoy learning even past our formal school time. Usborne has many different types of encyclopedias, and they're also, many of them are internet linked. So you can see at the top of the pages, it'll tell you to go to a certain website. And it's nice to know that when you go there, it'll be good stuff to look at, and you're not actually accidentally going to land on a website that you don't want your children to see. So that's been a great addition for us. 100 paper planes to fold and fly. If you walk into our house, you will see paper airplanes everywhere, on the ceiling fans, on top of the piano, on top of bookcases, and it's all thanks to this book. It comes filled with all different designs of paper, but then it also has instructions on how to make different types of airplanes. And then there's also information about what types of planes fly best for different reasons, and just all sorts of awesome plane information. So our boys love to get into this book and just make all sorts of airplanes. Finally, activity cards. Usborne has so many to choose from. These are perfect. They're smaller than my hand. You can put them inside a pencil box with a dry erase marker and a tissue. And they're perfect to take along if you have to wait at a doctor's appointment, or to get the oil changed, or waiting at a restaurant. They're perfect for any time busy hands need to wait patiently. So this particular set is the monster set. So you can see the instructions: add arms, legs, arms, and a face to turn the shape into a monster. Here, draw the other half of a two-headed dragon. So just lots of opportunities for them to really explore with their creativity. There's also math activity cards, ones that have secret codes, brain games. There's just a ton to choose from. So I hope this was helpful in just getting a quick glimpse into some of our favorite Usborne products. In the comments, I would love to hear what some of your favorite books are, if you have any from Usborne. And if any of these stood out to you that you would like to add to your collection. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.